Good evening to all of you. Today we'll be taking up a very important topic for upcoming prelims exam, which is the discussion about a particular bill which has been introduced in Lok Sabha recently. So the name of the bill is Public Examination Prevention of Unfair Means Bill 2024. So what is this bill? Basically, this bill is the Public Examination Prevention of Unfair Means. As the name of the bill is, we can see it very clearly that this bill is about the various unfair means which is being used in the public examinations being conducted in our country. This particular bill has been brought for the various exams conducted for the central government. Okay, so what all comes under the public examination? Now, the public examination covers the various exams which is taken up by Public Examination Authority or any such authority which has been notified by the central government. Like a particular exam which comes under Public Examination Authority are like UPSC, then SSC, RRB, Railway Recruitment Board, IBPS and NTA. Now we all are quite familiar with what all exams UPSC take. The exam which you all are going to be appearing in the coming months comes under UPSC. Then there are other exams also, engineering services, for medical services, and all these kind of exams, CAPF, CDS, NDA, all these kind of exams come under UPSC. Then there are some exams being conducted by SSC. Now SSC is basically for Group B and Group C non-gazetted posts, the exams. Then RRB, Railway Recruitment Board, takes up exam for Group C and D in the railways, non-technical posts. IBPS is basically an institution which takes up exam for banking professionals. Okay, and then there is NTA, National Testing Agency, which takes up exam for JEE Advanced and for NEET, the medical professionals getting into the MBBS and all these exams. So these are few public examination authorities, and along with these particular authorities, if for some vacancy a particular ministry is taking up an exam which has been notified by the central government, then it also comes under Public Examination Authority. Okay, now why government has decided to come up with this bill? So the gravity of this issue of exam leak or cheating and all these kind of things which are happening in exams, the gravity of this particular situation can be well described by a recent report by National Daily, which basically says that in last 5 years, 41 papers were leaked in 15 states, which has affected almost 1.4 crore aspirants who were appearing for 1.04 lakh positions. It's a huge number. Okay, and it affects our demographic dividend. We are not able to reap the demographic dividend because of the exam leaks. Human resources being wasted, the exams get prolonged, the result gets prolonged. We all have been facing these kind of issues, and you all might be reading about it and hearing about it in various exams in last few years. So that's why this particular bill has been introduced. Okay, so now in this particular bill, 15 actions have been tabulated, which are known as unfair means. Now what are those actions? They are quite common. Okay, like leakage of paper. Now leakage can be like a full paper or a part of it. Now, as you all are familiar with OMR sheets, if before the conduct of examination a particular authority, a particular group of people or people who are not in authority to disclose this OMR sheet are disclosing it, then it also comes under unfair means. Now, some kind of assistance which is being given to a particular candidate or group of candidates, partial assistance or direct assistance, they also come under unfair means. And if there is some manipulation with the merit list, it also comes under unfair means. So these kind of various actions, whose total number is 15, has been called as unfair means in this particular bill. Okay, now let's look into the nature of the offense, or once this offense has been done, so the executive body will take up look into this particular offense as a cognizable, non-bailable and non-compounding. So this offense will be looked under ambit of these three terms. Now in cognizable offense, basically without a warrant, a person can be arrested. Now, as far as non-bailable is concerned, bail will not be a matter of right in these particular offences. A magistrate will decide on the merit of the particular case that whether the bail should be given or not. And non-compounding basically means that even if the complainant and accused come under an agreement and are trying to solve this particular complaint, it will not be considered and the particular case will definitely go for trial. Okay. Now, what are the quantum of punishment in this particular bill, which has been stated under this particular bill? So, if a particular person or group of persons are caught committing this offense and it is proved in the court of law, then they'll be sent to jail for at least 3 to 5 years. Okay. Plus 10 lakh rupees fine. Now, if they are not able to, that person or group of person are not able to submit this amount, then according to Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, this particular term can be extended. Okay. Now, there are some service providers which give assistance in the exams, like for infrastructure assistance or digital assistance. As you can see in various IBPS exams, as far as I can recall it, TCS provides the digital infrastructure for conducting that particular exam. So if that service provider is being caught into this particular offense, then they'll have to give a fine of not less than 1 crore. Okay. Now, if it is found that some organized crime is being conducted or being taken up while the investigation of this particular offense, then it will be considered differently, because once it is an organized crime, which is quite frequent in these kind of cases that we might have heard or you all might have heard in various various social media platforms or in newspaper, print media or TV media, that some mafia is operating which is leaking the papers, and these all news are quite frequent nowadays. So in that case, that particular case will be considered as an organized crime. So in case of organized crime, the quantum of punishment will change. It will be not less than 5 years, which can extend up to 10 years. Plus, they'll have to submit a fine of not less than 1 crore. So these are few quantum punishment which has been stated in this particular bill. Now, what about the candidate who is involved in this particular thing? If a particular person or particular candidate who is appearing in the exam, he will not come under the ambit of this particular bill, because if you might have heard might recall that various notifications which you have read for while submitting the form of various examinations, you might have observed that in those particular notifications it is clearly mentioned that if you are caught, if a particular aspirant is caught in using unfair means to give the exam, then there are some particular punishments for that. They can't appear for exam for 4 or 5 years, or there are some punitive action or jail term, but it varies from case to case basis. Okay, so those candidates will not come under this particular bill. Okay, now this particular bill, as you all know that in the practical sense, most of these leakages happen in state exams. So this particular bill has been formed as a model bill for the various states to be implemented later on in whatever way they find it beneficial for them. And the first state which is going to implement it is going to be Assam. They are also drafting their own bill, taking a cue from this particular central bill. Okay, so that's all for this topic.